who were like little businessmen, like they had the wheeling backpack.
Yeah.
Like they were on a flight to Tokyo for business.
Yeah.
And they wear the little button down and
Yeah,
stuff.
I never understood that. I'm like, if you don't have to, that's the goal. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
But Ben looks good.
I was always jealous of the
Golfing
uniform guys because I myself want, if I wasn't married, I would wear one outfit all the time. My wife doesn't let me get rid of my clothes.
I feel like you would wear what the caddies wear at Augusta National.
the white racist jumpsuit.
You'd wear a big white jumpsuit. Yeah, like you were in prison.
Yeah, I'd wear that, and I'd have a katana sheathed right here. I'd have dual katanas.
I was going to say, the fact that you tuck in your collared shirt, it proves you're the most Japanese white boy who ever lived.
Oh, this is a Japanese thing, right?
Yeah. You dress like a Japanese, you walk like a Japanese man.
You got to you got to pull your pants up high because you're going to be doing a lot of squatting.
And back when you drank like a Japanese man.
Which is how?
Which is just blacking out in a suit somewhere in the subway.
Yep.
Japanese people, they work 90 hours a week and then they black out on the subway track.
Except your 9 to 5 was like turning Postmates on and sleeping in.
It is funny because remember the days of me working at a dog food store?
Oh, I remember.
think that was my longest job.
Yeah.
It's funny to kind of live like Don Draper. And I don't mean the money or the nice suits. I mean just the alcoholism. Like you're drinking like that, but then you work.
That was the funniest part, is that you dressed like kind of corny, but like adult.
No, I dressed corny.
You
I
dressed corny,
goofy.
You'd walk all weird around the house. You walk like the barbarian lady around the house.
Yeah, you walked like a spider.
Just like you walked on like all fours around your house.
Like you could go up walls and ceilings.
But you're dressed like you go on like business trips. And you worked at a dog food place where you'd go get hammered in the bathroom on Captain Morgan and then come out and like sell people like jerky for their dogs.
Because you weren't even Don Draper at that point. You were Dick Whitman.
You were Kevin Finnerty.
He was just at a dream going like, well, I'm here for business.
I guess I'm stuck in Costa Mesa.
Yeah, Costa Mesa for my insurance seminar.
But then you'd be like just watching like deranged YouTube videos and laughing your ass off. You were like, your personality was polar opposite of how you dressed and your job. That was what was funny about you.
Oh, interesting.
Like,
I never thought of it that way.
You didn't dress like Jay and Silent Bob. You didn't look like a slacker.
Right.
But you were technically a slacker. But you always worked hard. I'm just saying, like, your life was in shambles.
I get it.
You know?
I was like a weird anime character.
Yeah.
Where it's like, he's a really skinny guy, but he can eat a lot and he loves food.
Exactly.
It's complete opposite.
I always gave you shit back then because I never understood it. I'm like, fucking just like me, fucking wear bullshit. Wear some Nikes. And you were always like dressed well, but I'm like, but you're a fucking loser. It was always so confusing.
Right. There's no
like,
reason for this.
Why do you have a suit on? You're a bum.
I take my key because I had to know all the drunk driving laws.
Yeah.
And I learned that your key had to not be within your vehicle.
Yeah.
If you slept in your car drunk.
That's when you know you're doing bad in life, is you know exactly how to not get caught.
all the laws.
Yeah. You're like, you put it on your back tire. If you put it on the seat next to you, that's a Dewey. You call them Deweys.
I call them
Deweys, yeah. You're like, I'm 20 feet from a school. This is a much larger sentence. Can't get caught sleeping in my car 20 feet from a school.
Officer, I was drunk driving out of the school zone. I know the laws.
Officer, I'm a sub.
I'm using one of those things in There Will Be Blood where they can tell how far a thing is to another stake.
Yes.
Like I have one of those in the street so I know how far I am from a school.
Yeah.
I'm like positioning myself perfectly.
I'll never forget when you drove me to that open mic. We were at your place in Eagle Rock and you drove me to an open mic. Fucking hammered.
How is my driving?
You're great.
Wow.
Certain drunk drivers are actually better than sober because you're less aggressive. You're just kind of like, hey,
that is
me
true.
in the road.
You're just like, I can wait for everybody to merge.
Yeah, and you're nervous. So you're like a master at being drunk while driving. So you're just like, you're actually stopping at the stop sign for 5 seconds. And you actually become like a good driver. It's kind of bizarre. And we went to this open mic. You pulled into a side street. We were just in like a neighborhood. You popped the trunk of your Prius, this hatchback, and there's like fucking 3-year-old beers in there, and they're all boiling hot. It was like the dead of summer.
Yeah.
It's like 120
It was like 120 degree beers.
You gave me a beer once that burned me.